This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
(1:15 p.m.) This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by Catherine Pereira and read by Geethanjali Ramanayaka. The headlines. Sri Lanka cricket and netball teams arrived in Colombo amidst well-wishers and cheering. Monday has been declared as a special holiday for all government institutions. A committee will be appointed to review the recruitment process to the state service. The Asian Infrastructure Facilities Investment Bank has agreed to provide $100 million for essential medicinal drugs and equipment to Sri Lanka. Gratuity payment for the state employees who retired has been expedited. Foreign news, Ukraine president says that they retook 6,000 square kilometers from Russia in September. News in detail. The Sri Lanka cricket team and the Sri Lanka netball team that brought glory to the country by winning Asian championships arrived in the island this morning. The members of the two teams were warmly received at the Katnayaka International Airport, and a special function was held to felicitate them. Then both teams were brought to Colombo in a special motorcade. Cricket fans and sports lovers cheered the sports heroes gathered on either side of the way to Colombo. The cricket team, led by skipper Dasun Shanaka, won the Asian T20 Cricket Championship for the sixth time this year. Sri Lanka netball team also became the Asian champions for the sixth time. State Minister Rohana Disanayake participated at the event. The event was organized by the Sports Ministry, the Sri Lanka Cricket Institute, the Sri Lanka Netball Federation and many other institutions. Meanwhile, participating in the Dasadesin Hatha program of the SLBC, Minister of Sports and Youth Affairs, Roshan Ranasinghe said that this is an exceptional victory in the field of sports in the country. Both teams were able to achieve this historic victory due to their dedication collectively. He also stated that this situation has gained a greater pride as well as international acclaim to the country. The minister also requested the business institutes to provide support to take forward every sports field in the country. The Secretary to the Ministry of Public Administration, Home Affairs, Provincial Councils and Local Government says that Monday, the 19th of September, is declared a special holiday for all government institutions. Sri Lanka declared September 19th a day of mourning in view of the passing away of the UK's Queen Elizabeth II, the head of the Commonwealth and Queen of Ceylon from 1952 to 1972. On September 8th. In a circular, Mr. MMP K. Mayaduna said that this holiday should not cause any hindrance to the delivery of essential services of the government. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
Scan the Lanka QR code and make your payments with People's Pay mobile payment app from People's Bank.
A committee will be appointed to review the recruitment process to the state service. The Secretary to the Prime Minister is the chief of the committee. Many issues have been created as a result following various methods when recruiting employees to the state service. Therefore, a systematic program should be implemented to maintain the state service more efficiently. Meanwhile, a subcommittee will be established to promote the economic revival in the country. It will be implemented under the patronage of the President. The subcommittee is comprised of the Prime Minister and 5 ministers. Cabinet approval has been received to the proposal presented by the President in this regard. Priority will be given to take speedy decisions for the economic development and revival amidst the present economic crisis. Minister Ramesh Patrana said that additional grants have not been provided to the newly appointed state ministers. The provisions that have been given to the ministry will be utilized for it. The state ministers have been appointed to carry out the development work expeditiously. The government aim is to seek solutions for the problems in the country through a local mechanism. The minister said that Minister Ali Sabri has presented it to the Geneva session. The Asian Infrastructure Facilities Investment Bank has agreed to provide $100 million for essential medicinal drugs and equipment. Accordingly, $70 million are to be provided for the city revival in Colombo, and another $30 million are to be given to minimize landslides in the country. The bank has taken speedy measures to support to import essential medicinal drugs, considering the country's economic issues and foreign exchange crisis. The cabinet approval has been received to the proposal presented by President Ranil Wickremesinghe in this regard. And that ends local news for now.
Nobody tells time like this. So why do you still pay with cash when you have People's Pay mobile app from People's Bank? Scan the Lanka QR code and make your payments with People's Pay mobile payment app from People's Bank.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
The Director General of the Pensions Department, Jagat Das, says that gratuity payment for the state employees who retired has been speeded up. 15,000 persons have been registered to obtain gratuity payment. It was delayed about 4 months due to the present economic crisis. Participating in the Subharati program of the SLBC, he said that the gratuity payment will be provided for all during the next 6 months. And that was the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
In Washlai, the commuters explained that the buses operating from Alutgama to Colombo are delayed. Due to this reason, the passengers, mainly employees and school children, are facing many hardships. They urged the relevant authorities to pay their consideration to this issue. This is for the attention of the Commuter Transport Authority of the Western Province. And that was Watchlight. Moving on to a bulletin of world news. In the headlines, Ukraine president says that they retook 6,000 square kilometers from Russia in September. Mourners queue all night to see Queen's coffin in Edinburgh. Chinese premier stresses policy implementation to stabilize the economy. World news in detail. The Ukrainian forces have seized even more territory from Russia as they continue their counter-offensive, the country's president has said. Volodymyr Zelensky said troops have now retaken more than 6,000 square kilometers from Russian control in September in the east and the south. Russia has admitted losing key cities in the northern eastern Kharkiv region in what is seen by some military experts as a potential breakthrough in the war. Moscow describes its troops' withdrawal from the region in recent days as a regrouping with the aim of focusing on the Luhansk and Donetsk regions in Ukraine's east. About 20,000 people have been waiting in the queue at least a mile long to see the Queen's coffin in Edinburgh. The line trails far back along the parts of the city's meadows south of St. Giles Cathedral, while the coffin is lying at rest. Salvation Army vans are offering hot drinks and rolls for the cold night ahead, with toilets and water stops stationed along the queue. Passers-by could be heard exclaiming with shock at those set to queue for many hours to come. But the people in the line spoke of the importance of experiencing this historic moment and paying tribute to the Queen. Chinese Premier Li Keqiang has stressed efforts to ensure the implementation of policy measures to stabilize economic growth, employment and prices. Li, also a member of the Standing Committee of the Political Bureau of the Communist Party of China's Central Committee, made the remarks at the special meeting after hearing reports from 2 working groups on work for stabilizing the economy. The working groups have been sent by the State Council to 16 provincial-level regions to supervise and provide services to the localities in resolving difficulties in policy implementation. Back to the headlines of the world news. Ukraine president says that they retook 6,000 square kilometers from Russia in September. Mourners queue all night to see Queen's coffin in Edinburgh. Chinese premier stresses policy implementation to stabilize the economy. That ends world news, and on to development news. 12 irrigational projects implemented in the southern province will be developed at a cost of 4.5 million rupees. The aim of this move is to accelerate the water supply to agricultural activities continuously. And that was development news.
Sports News is brought to you by...
With many values that bind us beyond the transaction, we are Sampath Bank. We present your future.
In sports, the match between Sri Lanka team and England of the Road Safety World Series cricket tournament will be held in Kanpur today. Sri Lanka team won the first match played against Australia. Tilakaratne Dishon is the captain of the Sri Lanka team of the tournament. The renowned players such as Sanath Jayasuriya, Chaminda Vaas, Nuwan Kulasekara, Damika Prasad, Upul Tharanga, Tisra Pereira, Chamara Kapugedera, Chamara Silva and Nesru Dana will participate at the tournament. The sports channel of the National Radio will bring live commentaries of the Legends Cricket Tournament. It will be broadcast through 107.3 from Colombo, 104.5 from Yatyantuta, 104.9 from Haputale, 97.4 Hunaskuria, 104.7 Deniaya, 102.1 Radalla, 97.4 Karagahatanna, and 89.8 from Kokaville. And that was sports news.
The fastest way to earn the highest interest from NSB, now extended till the 30th of September just for you. Your short-term deposits receive an attractive interest rate of 20% in 3 months and 22% in 7 months. Visit a bank branch or a main postal office today. NSB, the only bank with a 100% government guarantee.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Haley's Fentons is one of the most trusted engineering companies in Sri Lanka, counting over 100 years of experience in delivering world-class engineering solutions. Today, it has propelled to become a one-stop destination for all the engineering needs from renewable energy, MEP, security and surveillance, ICT, facility management, and a diverse portfolio of critical engineering service. And that was Business News.
Business News, sponsored by
the fastest way to earn the highest interest from NSB, now extended till the 30th of September just for you. Your short-term deposits receive an attractive interest rate of 20% in 3 months and 22% in 7 months. Visit a bank branch or a main postal office today. NSB, the only bank with a 100% government guarantee.
Economic news, courtesy of
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibility. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
In economic news, Minister Mahinda Amaraweera said that Sri Lanka's Minister of Agriculture has started green chilies cultivation drive with a view to meeting 20% of the country's demand locally. The program was launched in the North Central Province recently. He said that it would be a good stream of income for the country's youth and the country's need to increase the cultivation of green chilies. And that was economic news.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibility. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
Finally, in the weather report, the Met Department says that few showers will occur in the western and Sabaragamuwa provinces and in the Kandy, Nuwara Eliya, and Mathura districts. Mainly fair weather will prevail elsewhere over the island. And that was the weather report. And to conclude this news broadcast, back to the headlines. The Sri Lanka cricket and netball teams arrived in Colombo amidst well-wishers and cheering. Monday has been declared a special holiday for all government institutions. A committee will be appointed to review the recruitment process to the state service. The Asian Infrastructure Facilities Investment Bank has agreed to provide $100 million for essential medicinal drugs and equipment to Sri Lanka. Gratuity payment for the state employees who retired has been expedited. In foreign news, Ukraine president says that they retook 6,000 square kilometers from Russia in September. And with that, we end this news broadcast from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.